Hello everyone, I'm Dave Cocciarella, your instructor for Introduction to Meteorology, MET 1010. Welcome to my Welcome to Your Class podcast. So this should help you get started with the course and give you a basic information for everything you need to know to sort of work your way through the next 15 to 16 weeks. All right. So as you should already know, this is an online course, meaning everything you're gonna do is either going to be online on Blackboard or out of your textbook. And we're going to talk about the textbook and which textbook you need here in just a couple of minutes. But because it's online and in Blackboard, the first thing you're going to do is go to your Blackboard account and open up this class. And when you do, this is what you're going to see. It's going to start with the Start Here screen. Now, I'll tell you the Start Here screen will be in place for about a week or so, and then after that you're going to begin to see, when you open it up, the announcements screen. And the announcements will be where I make announcements, but also if I want to talk to you about some weather that's happening in Central Florida, a cold front that's coming through, or maybe a tropical system that's developing, I'll put those types of discussions on the announcements page as well. And typically it's pretty good information for you to have to tie together what you're learning with what's actually happening with Central Florida's weather. So if you look at the left side of your Blackboard homepage for this class, you see Getting Started, and then below that in bold highlighted is Course Content. And Course Content is where you're going to find everything you need for this course. And as it says in the Welcome to MET 1010 Introduction to Meteorology written page, the first thing you need to do is check out the syllabus. So I'm going to go ahead and go right over here. This is where the syllabus is. You can see I'm mousing over it over here. And click on the syllabus, and it's going to ask you to, you're going to click on Introduction to Meteorology. Now, you may see some dates in this podcast that don't apply to your semester. Your dates will be different depending on what semester you're in. Go ahead and click Open, and I have actually already opened it. And when it opens, it's going to open looking something like this. This is your syllabus. And again, the dates are different depending on what semester you're in, but basically it's all the same stuff. I'm the instructor, Dave Cocciarella. This is an online course. My email address, there's an email your instructor button on Blackboard. This first bunch of information are some important dates. The first day of class is passed, but your drop refund date is on there. So if you want to drop the class and get a full refund, it's coming up pretty quickly. No-show reporting, not really an issue with online. The withdrawal deadline, that's the last day you can withdraw from the class and get a W. And then the final exam date. Now, the final exam is going to be taken online like all your other assessments. You have to take it by this date and this time. And if you don't, unless you can meet the makeup criteria that Valencia has published, you'll fail the class. Meaning Valencia has a policy that you have to take the final exam in order to get a grade in the class. All right, so let's go through the syllabus very quickly. A lot of the stuff is just sort of boilerplate. Description, objectives, competencies, required material. Required material, I'm going to write in here, is the Essentials of Meteorology, An Invitation to the Atmosphere by Donald Ahrens, and you want the 7th edition for that. That's going to be the text that you need. In course format, this is a 100% online course. There will be a total of 330 points available to earn, so I'm going to take this down a little bit. A total of 330 points that you can earn in this. That includes 13 weekly homework assignments, 2 quizzes, 1 midterm, and 1 final. The homework assignments are worth 10 points. The quiz is 25 points. The midterm is worth 50 points, and the final exam is worth 100 points. And all of that is taken online in Blackboard. And then with those points added up and divided by the total number of points, 90% to 100 is an A, and so on and so on and so on. Again, the final exam due date highlighted in yellow because it's very important. You got to take that final exam. If you don't, you have to meet this makeup policy. And again, Valencia's policy is if you don't take the final, it's an F in the class. All right, withdrawal policy, academic dishonesty policies, all that type of stuff. The last page of the syllabus is what's very important. It is the class schedule and assessments. Again, dates will be different depending on what semester you're in. But the MET 1010 Introduction to Meteorology online class always broken down into 16 weeks. Now, summer semesters will be slightly different, and each semester, spring or fall, will have a different week that you're off for spring break or Thanksgiving. But essentially, the breakdown is going to be the same thing. You're going to find your week that you're in, week 1, and the dates that the week 1 exists in, and then you're going to see your assignment for the week and your assessment for the week. And so the assignment for week 1 is Chapter 1 errands, Met 1010, Chapter 1 lecture, and homework. So you got to read Chapter 1. You have to then also watch the Chapter 1 lecture. I'm going to show you how to do that. And you have to take the homework. Week 2, Chapter 2 in errands, read the text. Chapter 2 lecture, watch the lecture, and do the homework for Chapter 2. Week 3, a little bit different. Watch lecture 3, read lecture chapter 3, take homework 3, and quiz number 1. So each week is laid out here on your class schedule and assessments, and you can go through all the way to the bottom and see your last week. Week 16 is going to be your final exam, and there's 13 total chapters in this. So that's where you, on your syllabus, where it's all laid out. But you can find all that very easily as well when we look at your Blackboard course, because under course content, under weekly assignments, if you click on that, it's essentially going to bring up your 16 weeks as well. The dates for each one, so the 15th is going to be the due date for your homework in week 1, the 22nd, the due date for your homework, the 29th, then the due date for your quiz and your homework. So let's just pick week 1, and we'll see that it's going to offer you 2 assignments, Chapter 1 lecture, and 1 assignment, Chapter 1 lecture, and then 1 assessment, the homework. So if you were to click on Chapter 1 lecture, it's going to ask you, give you a dialog box, ask you if you want to open it. You, of course, would say, okay, I've already done that. And what it's going to do, it's going to open up a PowerPoint. It is a narrated PowerPoint. So, you got to do some basic fiddling with the settings to get it to how you want it to look. I'd rather see it. We don't want to do that, so we'll just close that. I'd rather see it in the normal view. And in the normal view, there's Chapter 1, Slide 1. 2 ways to watch this. You can just go up here and go to Slideshow and hit play from beginning and just sit down and watch it. Or the way I would prefer for myself, you do it however you want, is go down here to the bottom right-hand corner of the slide itself, click on that, and it's going to give you a little opportunity to hit the play button, and it's going to play the 30, 60, 90 seconds of this slide, and you can stop and go back if you need to take notes. And speaking of taking notes, it's not a bad idea to simply print these PowerPoint presentations. You can delete the pictures and just do it in black and white, and then take any notes actually on what you've printed, because for your assessments, they're taken online, and you can use your notes and your text and your assessments. So having your notes and the PowerPoints together may be helpful in that. So you go through the PowerPoints, 1 page at a time. You listen to the lecture. Sometimes you find a little a hyperlink to a different little piece of content. Lots of different stuff in here. You're going to learn about the Big Bang, and then our place in the solar system, periodic table, solar nebula theory, what makes a planet, and then right on down to the beginning of the changing atmosphere. And then every once in a while, you're going to come to a video, and you got to get down. You got to sort of mouse over and get down here to the bottom, and you can hit the play button, and then those videos will start. So there's also videos to watch, and some of them are cool ones like this one.
Looking lumps of brown rock are actually real.
And then some of them are just animated videos, but they're all very, very helpful. All right, so that's what your lectures are going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. So you can find your lectures and your homework. I'm going to go to week 3. Chapter 3 lecture, read the book, do Chapter 3 homework, click on it. Homework, you can open it and close it as many times as you want before you submit it. You can open it, take the whole thing and submit it, come back 2 days later, open it again, take it again and submit it. You'll get different questions. You can take it 10 times. Blackboard will always save your best score. Okay, that's one thing. But most importantly, the homework for Chapter 3 is taken out of a question pool for Chapter 3. That same question pool is where your midterm and your final and your quiz questions are going to come from. So by taking the homeworks more than once, you can actually typically end up helping you study for your actual tests. So down here at the bottom is your quiz. The quizzes, the midterm and the final, you can only take it once. You can have to take it in one sitting. It's going to give you a time limit that you're going to have to take it by. So it's much different than the homework, and you can read the description of those, the quizzes and the midterm and the final in each week. So those are your weekly assignments. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is this next tab has other course materials. And then if you follow my cursor over here on the left all the way down to student feedback on instruction. Student feedback on instruction is not available, but will be available later in the semester. It's your opportunity to give feedback on the class and on me specifically. And the school really wants this feedback, and they want it so much that we've gone ahead and given you the opportunity to earn extra credit for doing it. Now, I have to have proof that you did it because I don't ever see your specific SFI, student feedback on instruction. So in order to get proof that you did it, there's a little button in the feedback that you can push to do that. But if you go to other course materials, there's actually a PDF on how you send proof of a completed SFI. So you may want to read through that before you take the SFI so you know what to do. Other things that you'll find, other folders that you'll find in other course materials, study guides. You can find the study guides there. You can find the lectures if you want to see them, some animations, useful links for places like the Hurricane Center, the National Weather Service, the Weather Prediction Center, Tropical Cyclone Guidance Project. That's all in other course materials. Discussions. We may have an extra credit opportunity to discuss something about weather. And then you can ask questions of me or your classmates. The other thing you can find is email me or email your classmates, tutoring help, and technical supports. That's kind of an overview of what you need to know and what you need to do to get through this course. If you have any specific questions, feel free to email me at any time. Also, I can arrange office hours on Monday and on Wednesday at 11:15 in room 107. Just let me know that you want to meet. So welcome to MET 1010, Introduction to Meteorology. I look forward to working with you through this class.